Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how I've made this zero clearance insert out of a chopping board for my DeWalt DW745 table saw. This is my table saw. It's a DeWalt DW745. As you can see, it's got this quite hefty insert which you adjust the height using these screws, and you turn this one to be able to release the insert itself. The first thing I'm going to do is work out how thick I need the insert using these digital calipers. It's 12.52 millimeters, which is almost bang on half an inch, so a half-inch material should be fine. For the insert I'm going to use this polyethylene chopping board. I bought it on eBay. It's same colour as the existing insert, so it should look quite good. And I ordered this one because it's meant to be half an inch thick. However, it's not. So let's see how thick it is. So as you can see, that's how thick it is. So it's about 10.5 millimeters instead of it being about 12.5. So I'm a bit annoyed about this, but I'll try and make it work, and hopefully you'll see how. The insert itself, the existing insert, is about 9.5 centimeters by about 34.5. This chopping board is about 30 centimeters by about 45. So there's plenty of room to make two, so assuming I don't mess the first one up, I can then make another one should I need it using the other part of the chopping board. I've stuck it down onto the chopping board, and I'm going to draw a line round it. There seems to be two main ways that people make a zero clearance insert using their existing insert. They either draw around it and then cut out around the line of the insert, or they use the insert as a template and get a router and route around it. The challenge with the insert for the DeWalt DW745 is there's actually little lugs at the end that lip under the table itself to stop it lifting out, and they actually prohibit you from routing around the edge. You could probably still just about get away with doing it, but I'm going to use the more simple method of just drawing around the edge and then cut out with my bandsaw around it. The one thing to note is on this insert itself, it does move about inside the table. It's not completely to the exact size of the hole for the insert, so I'm going to cut it a bit bigger and hopefully make it a much more snug fit. So I've drawn around the insert, and you can clearly see the shape on the chopping board. So I've cut the insert down to the right width on the table saw. It's probably about 1.5 to 2 millimeters wider than the existing insert. I've done a test fit in the table saw. It's a very snug fit, but it does fit in terms of the width, so I'm going to leave it as a very snug fit for now. I can always make it a bit smaller. You can always take material off, but you can't ever add it on. So this is the existing insert, and as you can see, it's got these little lugs on the bottom that stop it lifting when it's in the table. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to aim to cut some lugs in my insert as well at the right sort of width and height, so that it there's going to be a lip that's going to sit all round to lip under the actual table itself. So I'm going to just mark where I need the lugs to basically be for when I cut it with the brown saw. So I've cut the insert mainly to shape on the bandsaw, and then cleaned it up and got it a better fit on the disc sander. Still needs a bit more work around here, but now I'm going to work out what to do with this lip. So I've got this lip, and the idea is it's going to sit under here. So I need to measure what the distance is from top to bottom, so I know how much material to take out from here. So it's about 7.5 millimeters. So I've taped the insert to the workbench, and I've also used one of the offcuts and taped this to the workbench. I'm going to use my router to route out the shape that I need for the lip. So that's the basic shape done, with the finger hole and the lip to sit under the edge. It fits pretty well, nice and snug, no movement around. Now if the chopping board had been the width that they said it was, I'd be pretty much done, but unfortunately, as you can see, it's sitting below the surface of the table, so I need to now do something to be able to bring it up to level so it's flush. The original insert uses these screws that go through the insert to level it. They sit on these little platforms here, and what it means is you can level it at the different places. If it's good enough for DeWalt, it's good enough for me. I'm going to use the same principle and put some screws through the insert in the same place. I'll recess them and that'll enable me to raise and lower the insert slightly by turning the screws. So let's see how that goes. I'm using the original insert and just marking with my automatic centre punch where the holes are. Because I've cut these bigger holes around them, they'll sit flush below the surface, so nothing will catch on them. I just need to file them down a bit now because they'll be too long. So I've refitted the blade, and there's two challenges presenting themselves. One is that the blade sits above the level of the lugs, so I'm going to need to cut some sort of groove to allow the blade to sit in it and then raise the blade. And also this area here sits just a tiny bit above the height of the two supports, so I'm going to have to also cut a slight bit of material out of the insert on this side just to allow it to sit completely flat. So now for the moment of truth. So it seems to fit nicely. Just need to level it off. So that's the end of the video and the finished insert. I'm quite pleased with it, particularly how the lip round the bottom came out. It does it what it needs to. It's a zero clearance insert, it doesn't have to be too funky. I'm quite pleased also with how the level-in screws worked. That's quite a little ingenious idea by DeWalt that I've copied. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. Please feel free to give it a thumbs up if you did like it, or if you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you give it a thumbs down, make sure you leave a comment, and feel free to leave a comment anyway. You can probably see some of my other videos up here and up here. You can subscribe down here. So hopefully see you again soon. Bye.